Hello students, hope all of you are well. Now the COVID-19 situation of Bardhaman is very sensitive. So all of you must stay at home and stay safe. Okay? Now today I am continuing with page number 89 and the topic is the sources of energy. If you observe the line diagram of page number 91, then you can understand that all the variety of energies which are present in the nature, the only source of all these is the one and only sun. Not only thermal energy, hydroelectric energy, etc., but also that means all the energies present in the animals and plants, that is the living things, the source is the sun. One thing I must say at this moment, that we get our energy of daily work from our food, and all the animals depend on green plants directly or indirectly, and the green plants can make their food in presence of sunlight, and the process is known as photosynthesis. In Bengali, it is called Shalok Songshlesh. So, it proves that the energy source of all living things present in the nature, and that is the sun. Isn't it? Now, at page number 90, you can see the main components of thermal power, that is coal and petroleum. And the source of energy of both is also the sun. On the other hand, what's about the source of hydroelectric power? If we think the topic one by one, that is how does the rainfall occurs, how the water vapor is produced, then you can understand that all these incidents can run smoothly for only due to the sun. So, it can be said undoubtedly that sun is the only source of energy. Next at page number 92, and the topic is the concept of energy flow. At first, we have to know about the food chain or khadyo shrinkhal, because the energies also flowed through the food. So what is food chain? In our nature, every living things, including plants and animals, depend on each other for food. And there is a uniform chain system for maintenance the balance of total food energy. So, some animals directly depend on green plants for food, and they are called primary consumers. Some animals depends on primary consumers for food, and they are called secondary consumers. I previously said that green plants can produce their food, so they are producers. And other than producers, all are the consumers. That means mainly the animals are the consumers. So, the chain-like structure formed by the series of plants and animals with repeated eating and being eaten is called a food chain. And the energies flowing through the food chain just in a form of a energy flow. Now at page number 94, we can know a new term, that is food web. What is web? Web is a net-like structure. So Simply, food web is formed by more than twice food chains. That means some interrelated food chains together form a network-like structure, and it is called food web. See the picture of food web at page number 93 below to get a clear idea. Now at page number 94, another new term is present here, and it is called food pyramid. Isn't it? You see the figure of page number 94, then you realize that from the producers to various level of consumers of a food chain, the number of individuals becomes decreased like a pyramidal structure. Look at the figure of page number 94. The green plants are many, but the number of tiger is very less. So, if we arrange the plants and animals of a food chain step by step from bottom to top, then we can draw a pyramid-like picture, and this picture is then called food pyramid. Is it clear? And not only that, every step of this pyramid is called trophic level. Now you can know a law. What is the law? The energy which is flowing from one trophic level to another is only 10%, which is used up for building the body mass and available to the organisms of the next trophic level. And this important law is called Lindemann's law of 10%, which is present at page number 95 in a pink box. Read it carefully. And the remaining 90% of energy is consumed in various ways within individual trophic levels. The detailing of that is present at page number 95 below. Next at page number 96, and the topic is energy crisis. Our main energy sources are coal and petroleum. And you also know it in class 5, isn't it? But the quantity of both, these become decreased in nature. So what can we do? These are mainly two types of energy. There are mainly two types of energy. Number one, non-renewable resources. That means coal, petroleum, etc. Number two is renewable resources. These will be available forever. Rather, better to say that for a very long time, like solar energy, energy of air, energy of tide, etc. So, it met up from energy crisis. We have to depend on the renewable energy. On the other hand, we already come to know that our daily food is the source of our energy, which is preserved in our body as chemical energy or chemical potential energy. It is also renewable, but we can't use it for domestic purpose. Now I give you a homework. You will prepare your daily food chart mentioning the sources. That means the animal sources and the plant sources. Because in this COVID-19 pandemic situation, your food chart must be include some healthy and nutritious and of course vitamin-rich foods, which can increase your immunity power. So take care of it. That means your food chart. Today I give you some figures which are related to this topic like food chain, food web, food pyramid, etc. Okay? So students, that's all for today. Next day I shall continue with page number 97. Till then, take care. Bye.